Hi everyone, my name is Rashina and welcome to my channel. On my channel, I discuss the benefits of being frugal, living a more simplified life, saving, and traveling. I want to put this disclaimer out there. I am in no way, shape, or form a financial advisor. I just want to share with you some of my personal experiences and what works for me. With that being said, if you are interested thus far, please click the link below to subscribe to my channel so that you will get notified every time I post a new video. So let's get started with today's video. Today, the topics that I want to discuss are steps that you could take to start saving today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, but today. It all is a process and steps that you need to take. And I'm going to discuss with you 10 steps that personally work for me. I've tried every single one of these steps and they have worked very well for me to be able to save effectively and for me to see the difference. So the first one is create a budget. You have to create a budget. It's no way around it. You have to know what is coming in and what is going out of your household. You know, as far as bills, as far as your monthly expenses, whatever you spend on a daily basis, everything that you do, all the money going out and all the money coming in, you have to be able to track it. You don't have to do a big, huge budget, a budget plan. You know, you don't need the spreadsheets in Excel. You can. They have many resources out there. If you just Google in budget worksheets, you know, they have things that you can download. They have a lot of things on Etsy. A lot of people that I follow, they actually create their own budget plans, and they sell them. And but you can also get a scrap piece of paper and a pen and pencil. If you know the amount of your paychecks and the amount that's going out, that is just as effective. You can, and that's the way I started. I do spreadsheets here and there just to see like overall the trend of spending that I have going on. But for the most part, mostly I like to just pen and paper. It's just easier for me. It's more convenient. I have a journal. I have a binder. It's located my success story, and that's what it's called. You can personalize yours however you would like, you know, but it motivates me to see something that, you know, I'm able to follow, I'm able to track, I'm able to see what I'm doing wrong, where I'm going forward. But yeah, creating a budget is one of the main things, because that's one of the ways that you will be able to see if you are in the negative every month or if you are in the positive. The next thing is number 2, and that is to auto save automatically, because I'm telling you right now, if you say, oh, when I get paid, I'm going to put money in this, I'm going to put this much, $100 or $200 or $300 in the account, it's not going to happen. Auto saving will save you that hassle. Me personally, I used to auto save. I don't anymore, because for me it's a motivation for me to physically go to the bank and deposit the funds or to transfer the funds into that savings account. It motivates me. Everyone is different of the way that whatever motivates and what it doesn't. But when you're just getting started and you don't have that type of discipline, auto saving will be a benefit for you, because you don't have to worry about having to make it work. You know, automatically you just set up with whoever you work for, with your employer. You ask them for, you open up a separate savings account in a separate bank from your primary checking, because your primary checking and your primary savings, you know, you would really it's too easy and it's too convenient to transfer back and forth. So my advice to you, open up a account in a separate facility to where it's a little harder, or it takes a little bit more effort to take those funds out. So when they're in there. And sometimes don't even get a debit card, because if you have a debit card, it's so easy just to drive up to the ATM and take some money out. So don't even do that. Don't even waste your time with that. But as far as auto saving, you set it up with your employer. You look at you look at your budget. You see what you can allocate towards that savings, and you automatically have it deducted before you even see that money. And you're paying yourself first, because at the end of the day, you're the one getting up every day, going to work, working your behind off, slaving. So for me, I was like, I need to pay myself for first, because I work hard for this money, and for me to get paid for all of this money to come in and for it just to be going back out, that just didn't sit well with me. So for me, auto saving is a must. It's a need. It's definitely a benefits to it. The next step number 3, save your coins. Literally. Every day when I come home, I empty out my purse, all the loose change, all the spare change. I'm primarily a cash spender with my trends. So any cash that I have, I try to pay anything that I purchase. I try to pay with cash. So any change I have, I throw in my piggy bank. It's an easy way that you can develop a couple of $100s in a couple of months, depending on how much you spend. So that's another, and that can be another fund. So that we'll talk about that in another video, as far as like slush funds and funds that are designated for different things. But for the most part, save your coins. You don't even realize how much coins go through your pockets, like on a yearly basis, talking about maybe $1,000 or more. So the next thing is compare prices. If you do need to make a purchase on anything, major, minor, it doesn't really matter. Try to compare prices. When you compare prices, you may it may not be much. It may be $1 or $2, or it may be quite a big difference. Maybe a $20, $30, $40. Those little differences add up, and those little differences that we don't take heed to, those are the things that they end up being wasted money that we could have saved, preserved, and put in our saves account or invested in our future. So I'm a firm believer in comparing prices. I don't just make sporadic purchases most of the time. Most of the time I don't. I try not to. I try to plan everything out. You can live a great life. You could do a lot of things that you want to do, but you just have to make a solid plan. And once you make that solid plan and you designate a certain amount of funds for that plan, you don't feel as guilty, and you're more carefree with it, because you've worked towards this goal and you've accomplished that goal. So comparing prices is big. I'm going to give you an example. When I was looking for a laptop for my daughter, the one that she wanted was like $500. So I was like, that's a little pricey. So we kind of compared prices, looked online, and we're Facebook Market, Craigslist, a couple of other places. Anyways, we ended up finding the same computer that was barely used, someone that just didn't want it to have buyer's remorse, but they couldn't take it back. Perfectly fine computer, secondhand, but barely used, and it was $300. I saved $200 off top. Instead of me sporadically going out buying this $500 laptop, I was able to save $200, which was amazing. The next thing is the 72-hour rule. The 72-hour rule is basically when you have to make a purchase, and it's not a planned purchase, and it's a purchase that's $50 or more. Instead of just making that purchase or having your credit card or debit card online, think about it. Take 72 hours to just think about it. 3 days. You want to think about it. You want to, and if you come back to it after that 3 days and you really still want it, or you feel like it's really a need, and you weigh your pros and cons, and that's what you want to do, then go ahead and purchase it. But a lot of times I find that, you don't really need the products, that you really don't need it, and you really don't want it. It's just, you see something, it may be an ad or something, and it looks enticing, so you jump off of that urge, but you don't really need it, you don't really want it. So 72-hour rule is great thing to do. 72-hour rule. The next thing is stop eating out. Trust me, we do it all the time. All of us are guilty. Most households, I'm pretty sure everybody eats out. There's no one exempt to that rule. But kind of just limit it. Even if you eat out 5 times a week, if you can drop that down to maybe two times a week, that is 3 days out to eat that you're saving. That might be $40, $50, $60 that you're able to designate for your saves account, investing, or something other than eating out that you really want and that you will really enjoy, such as traveling, such as a big purchase, such as some type of money goal that you have going forward. So I would just say stop eating out. I eat out, but it's not, it used to be I've always been a cooker, because I've always had like a family unit, so I've always cooked. But for the most part, like, we do have those lazy days where you had a long day at work and you just don't feel like, you're just not in the mood. And in those cases, I would say when you're not in the mood as such, meal prepping is something else that you probably want to consider. That's another video. I don't want to really stretch out the video really long, but yeah, definitely stop eating out. The next thing is make your own coffee. In the morning, it's so convenient to stop at Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks. It's very convenient. Don't do it. Don't do it. Trust me, you're saving, by not doing that, you're saving probably make $1,000+ a year. Just not doing that. The next one is bring your own lunch. Bring your own lunch to work every day will save you, on average, you may spend $10, go to work 5 days a week. That's $50 a week. That's $200 a month. Okay, that's $2,400 a year that you could be saving, and all it is just bring your lunch. Next one is bundle your errands. Try to bundle all your errands in one to just make it convenient. And envision your goals. That's the last one. Envision your goals. So I want to thank you guys for visiting my channel. Subscribe below. I'll see you next time. Bye.